Hi everyone. So I'm back with Atomic Haze. This is my second poetry book, and I'm going to read out another poem from this particular poetry book. You can also get this on Amazon, but I love reading out poetry. I love reciting, and you know what? When I was a young girl back in school, I remember my teacher, Sister Rita. She was from Ireland, and she would run after me to join for the competitions, for the elocution competitions, and I would like to thank her for that, because she was the one who gave me excellent pronunciation, and she taught me about the what's, where, when, who. She would be saying it's not pronounced in any other way but that, and that is why I'd like to read out this particular poem, which will take you back to my days in Shillong, when I grew up just in one room. And this is about my windows. We just had one window in my room, and it was a 10 feet by 10 feet room. It was a small room where we did everything. My mother and I stayed there, and my father would travel from Guwahati, and we would have a great time there. We had a small little kitchen which was attached to it, and a bathroom. And this particular poem would take you back to when I was growing up as a little girl. So I'll read this out for you. It's titled My Windows, from Atomic Haze. I was born out of love between my parents. I never understood what was poverty, because I saw my mother toiling every day to keep our only room, the bathroom and her kitchen, spotlessly clean. The house that I loved calling home, where she cooked the most sumptuous meals for father and me, stitched me the most beautiful dresses, and hung her shining pots and pans a lot with pride. And when I grew up, I would polish the wooden floors like mother did, till I would be too tired to sleep that night. Mother kept singing lullabies of comfort for me. Our only room had just one ventilator and two windows. My windows to the world. I would read, eat oranges, dream, sing, write, cry, all next to the windows. My windows of life. When mother went out for work, I would pull back the soft white curtains of the windows and complete the embroidery mother taught me. It was well lit only near the windows, and I loved hearing the constant chirping of birds. My neighbor practiced her singing every day in the morning, and her voice somehow managed to squeeze through the spaces between the weathered panels of the windows. I would wrap myself tighter inside the soft warmth of my blanket till my mother pulled it off, defiantly waking me for school or to complete chores around the house on a holiday. Oh, how I sometimes wish the room didn't have windows. How I wish the room didn't allow sound to come in, didn't allow even a draft of air. But then, how could I wish so much absurdity? Those two windows were my only best friends. How could I even wish for them not to be there? They gave me so much. They allowed me to see the stars, the plough, the great bear, the moon, in all its resplendence, the Venus in the early morning sky. The windows were my telescope. Just below the windows was a rose bush, and I loved watching the caterpillars making their way through the stems and eating up the leaves and the petals too. There was a pattern to their eating. It was more like they were in haste as they gobbled on the leaves. I wondered, were they competing? But with whom? And if one day they'd grow bigger than the house and gobble us all up? I remember mother getting flustered with me. Visibly angry she would be, for more reasons than one. She would prop me up on the bed, which was placed against the windows, with pillows around me, and then she would hand me a pen and paper. I was 2 years old then. Write, she would say, and don't move from here. As she leaves, I turn myself towards my windows, smile to look at the pale blue sky with tufts of cottony clouds floating by, and then start writing. Lines and lines of indecipherable stories. Stories from my heart, of my two windows, of mother and father, of the birds, stars, and the orange caterpillars. I wish to God to see the blue hills and write about them. Oh, if only my windows didn't face a wall. Mother had only smiled after seeing the endless number of pages written in absolutely straight lines, and then hugged me close to her heart, and I hugged her back. The last time I heard of our house, it was sold to a businessman who had pulled it down in a week. He has plans to build a 7-story building. The 2 windows have been bought by a poet for 500 rupees after much bargaining. So that was my poem on the windows. I hope you liked it. This is where I grew up, just next to 2 windows and 1 ventilator in my house in Shillong. And I'm very proud that I grew up in that particular house, because that house has given me dreams, it has given me memories, and that house has made me who I am today. So keep listening to my channel, do subscribe to it, and I'm sending you lots of love. Take care, see you.